Hey guys, welcome to the Real Life with Queen V show. Okay, we're in the middle of the week. Okay, happy Wednesday at that. And you better clap back to that because we have a few more days until we got to hit our goals to celebrate. Okay, you better have your goals out for the week. You better have your goals out for the week because what are you doing? You're too grown to be not having no goals out for the week. We can't just be doing stuff to just doing stuff. All right, period. Now, look, I have somebody that hasn't been just doing stuff to be doing stuff. He really is doing some stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's like rocking and rolling. You know what I'm saying? He's really rocking. I'm talking about. I know he plays the instruments as well, but then he like sings, and it's just like, why this aria? Why not country? I was like, or like R&B. Like, why did he pick this? And now, how long has he been doing it? And when he got into it, like when he was younger, I'm wondering if he was younger. Like, did people make fun? You know how people always want to make fun and judge. I sung opera, so they always had something to say. You know what I'm saying? So I was just questioning. And how did he deal with that? What made him keep going? All right, and his name is so freaking dope. Okay, y'all, welcome Sugarcoat.
What's going on, everyone? Hey, TV.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you great.
Okay, perfect. I had to fix it. Okay, perfect. So how are you? Tell everybody where you're from.
Oh, man, I'm great. I'm from right here in Dallas, Texas, born and raised, my friend.
Your whole life?
My whole life, yeah. I only lived a couple years out of state when I was in college in Arkansas.
Okay, and then you came right on back.
Yeah, Arkansas. That was a culture shock. That was different.
Yeah, my stepmom lives there.
Yeah.
Arkansas is not a lot to do there.
There was a Walmart.
Exactly. My thoughts exactly.
And a gas station.
Oh,
yeah. So you're correct. Not a lot.
Definitely can't run out of gas. Definitely can't run out.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, so what first drew you into like rock music? Like, what made you want to get into rock music?
Absolutely, man. So I grew up listening to music kind of in my house, but it was mostly a lot of like Christian music.
Okay.
And I don't think I really felt alive until I had a guitar in my hands.
Okay.
It was just where I found my identity. I was in band. It was funny that you were talking about like, like to get picked on or like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Oh my God, I have a story. Cause I was a little bit. Yeah, it's normal. I think people who experience stuff like that kind of find their way into music. And I think I think the rock music that really clicked with me at first was like the hard rockers like Led Zeppelin, AC/DC. But in experiencing kind of the alienation of things, I made it into punk rock, which you can kind of see Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop. But yeah, Maine, I consider Nirvana punk. So it drew me to a sense of community and made me feel just me,
Right.
Like myself.
I like that. So who were your like idols, like growing up that were punk rock? Like who did you?
Oh my God. Well, the Ramones. I adore the Ramones. And the thing that's so cool about the Ramones is that back in 1976, they were a part of the CBGB scene over in New York City, which is like the Bowery. What's up, Marcus? And that whole scene was just about be yourself, DIY. Like the whole, like anybody could do it, Yeah. And so for people like me that wanted to make music, it was just like, oh, now we're talking. I got my sober, not as fun drinks.
It's still good with no calories.
Yeah, but Ramones for sure. I love the Ramones. They kind of started punk rock to make it what it is now. And I'll say Nirvana. I know that not everybody will say Nirvana is punk rock, but they really had the ethic, the ethos of like, I want to be as loud as I can be, as authentic as I can be. And they made it popular. How cool is that?
Right.
Yeah, heck yeah. I would say those are the two big ones. And the Clash. I love the Clash.
Okay. Do you write your own rock music or like does somebody write it for you? Like how does that go when you write it? Because it's like instrument, like turn up instrument.
I write it all. I write it all. Like I want the whole thing,
He wants the whole enchilada.
I want the whole enchilada, man. Yeah, it's just, like when you're just kind of like having your moment in a day and then an idea hits you. That's just how it happens. You just kind of like enjoy I'll be processing something through life. And then the way I process it through self-expression is through like music writing, like songwriting. For whatever reason, I can't really tell you why it ended up being punk rock.
I was going to say that. Did you ever get a headache in the beginning? Like from like, because I see everybody's like, they have to do their head. Like,
does it hurt?
Yeah, afterwards, like practicing so much, like I gotta take a break, y'all.
Dude, You should see like my calluses. You probably can't see it, but yeah, it's music is pain sometimes. That's for sure.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, but it's just like whatever I'm processing in life. You know what I mean? Like,
so what? You don't have a beat. So like, how does it begin? Like, okay, so it's like you wake up out of bed and you're like, okay,
yeah.
I want to write a punk rock song, and it's like, where do you start?
I always start with a guitar in my hands because so like like you say like you don't have a beat and that makes sense. I think it's like where is your level of like where you feel most comfortable? That's always the guitar. Like music, yeah. And so like I may get it in a second if you're cool with that. But hell yeah. So you know what? Let me just grab it.
For sure. Music is therapy. Yes, Marcus, for sure. I definitely agree.
Yeah, it's just like I always am playing on the guitar, right? So I'll be doing something that's like and so that like is what I'm thinking in my mind, right? And so you're just like you have a foundation. That's my foundation. My foundation's always a guitar.
Okay.
So when the rest of it musically, it kind of just builds on itself. It's like what most appropriately fits like this rhythm. You know what I'm saying?
Just how long did it take you to learn how to play the guitar?
It probably 2 years to feel like, okay, I can impress girls now, or I can try to impress girls. I was like, okay, I'm willing to try to test this out, in front of a lady or something. But yeah, no, it takes a minute because it hurts. Like when you're first starting to play, because like your fingers are just like pressing down, your flesh onto this like really tight string, right? So it's just, it takes a minute to feel comfortable with that. But yeah, no, it took a while.
And then what else do you play besides the guitar?
So I play. I'm actually a DJ on the side. I do that for it's fun. I try to throw some punk rock.
So what do you DJ? Like pop rock, punk?
If I can get away with it, yep, sure will.
What do you normally DJ? Like when they hire you, like
when they hire me, it's like I like doing a lot of '80s pop. Oops, I promise I'm still here. I don't know why it does that. It's weird. There we go. I mean, I love hip hop. I really love hip hop. Like '90s, like Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Tribe. A lot of the like chill kind of '90s stuff. I love doing that. Like when I'm doing like club stuff. You know what I mean? But then I'm like, hey, surprise! It's Fall Out Boy.
No. What's your favorite song that you've written and like did the instruments to?
Man, that's a good. I don't know why it keeps going in and out like that. My favorite song that I've written is probably "Say You Want Me." That's the last song on the EP that I have. It's called the Sweet Tooth EP, and it's about like someone that you think it's like about two people who are in a relationship and you think that you're losing someone. And the whole point of Sugarcoat is like sad lyrics with a poppy beat. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like it's got like this. And so it's like really fun and goofy, but I also wanted to make it, I don't know, it kind of shields, it's kind of like a mask for me, you know what I mean? Like where I can like sing my sad songs, but I don't have to get
still like motivational sad. Like
exactly. I'm motivatedly sad. Exactly.
Yeah. There you go. I like it.
Sadness.
Like exactly. It's like I'm sad right now, but yeah.
I like the crying in the club kind of feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So what does rock mean to you personally?
Man, I might have to turn my light on. Sorry, yo. Rock to me, let me go turn it on real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
What does rock music to me mean to me? Man, rock music to me means like, I would say freedom. It's the freedom to be yourself, even when it's difficult. you may get backlash, you may get rejected, but it's honesty. It's like losing yourself in the music. I've always felt like I love how Michael Jackson, like when he would talk about like I'm most myself, when I'm on stage, and I always feel that way. I've always felt that way. Like I could just lose myself. You know what I mean?
Okay. Have you ever like forgot your lyrics or like you messed up and like how was it?
Dude, I don't remember the lyrics to my own songs.
Oh
like I'll be on the stage and just be like, shit, like it happened again. But you just gotta like cover with it. You know what I mean?
But you're playing, right? The instrument.
Oh yeah, no, I'm playing.
Okay, yeah, so you can cover yourself for sure.
Well, it's so funny. Like I'll never, how like some people are kind of like music or lyrics people.
Yeah.
I'm a music person.
Okay.
Like lyrics is the hardest thing for me to like write. It is so hard.
Me too.
And I don't feel comfortable with it all the time. So, so like, yeah, I'm never gonna forget the music, but I will definitely forget lyrics.
So like, does it take you a long time to write, or like in the beginning? I should say, like, did it take you a long time?
It did, dude. Yeah, because like, I'm not like a poet. How like some people are like really big into like the depth of their lyrics, and I'm not really that kind of person. Like I'm more about the feeling.
Okay.
And as long as I can capture the feeling, then I'm cool with it. But if it's about like some deep metaphor, that's not really something that I do. You know what I mean? So yeah, it takes a minute it took me a long time to be like, okay, I can like write lyrics, because I don't know, I second guess myself a lot with it.
Me too. That's how I was. It just doesn't. It just seems like, because I sung opera, like
Yeah, I heard you say that.
Yeah, so I have my associates in voice performance, but with opera, it's like they always play they like play the piano for you, and like you have the opera books, like I have a million of them. So you open it up, and it's like telling you what to do, and you just learn the music. So it's like when you write, it's like, what am I supposed to say? You want me to write it on this paper? No, you don't have a book for me to just sing with, like, no.
I don't want to do that.
Right, like that. Now I feel like people that write music, I like applaud them, because I feel like you're really like telling a story on this paper with only so much time. Like, and then on top of that, then you got to make sure it fits the beat. Like, you got me doing way too much at this moment. I just want to get up here and perform.
Yeah, it's like, I just want to have fun. Yeah, no, but what you said makes a lot of sense, because I think that's the hardest part, is that we're trying to crunch all these concepts into like.
So it's like you got to find the important parts, but that means something and is catchy, but at the same time tells the story. It's like,
it's a really tall order. It's like, a really tall order, man.
I'll pass. You can get what you need. 30% of the check if we hit. Yeah, take it.
That's right.
Okay. She writes my music. I do not write my music. I will say it loud and proud. No. No. Okay, so how do you usually create? You start always with your guitar. Is that the only instrument you play?
Oh, I forgot to tell you the rest. Sorry, my bad. So no, yeah, I sing and play guitar and bass and keys, and then I drum a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm a drummer. I would say that I can drum.
Did you teach yourself the keys too, or is that something you learned when you were in band and you learned the piano?
So I actually was in school for music too, for voice. And so like it was a lot. So we could swap stories, I bet, about like the vocal diction and like
all of it. It was just ridiculous. And I was on a scholarship, so they had me teaching the tenors and the basses and the altos and stuff. So I had to work off the scholarship.
Oh, so you couldn't really? Did you not get to deviate a lot, like from your studies? Like you had to follow curriculum kind of thing?
Yeah, like with so like I had my studies, but then the music director had his own like personal things that I had to do, since he gave me a full scholarship. But I was the first person in 2007 in history that he gave a full ride and paid everything. So my name's in the bricks up there, whether for college. But since I did that, he's like, oh, you got rules too, because this is my first time in my life. You're gonna work for this. I'm like, you can.
It's a free ride, but not a free ride.
Exactly. Like it came with a lot of rules. Like everybody was going to the beach houses and the lakes, and I had to be at the school. I'm like, this is really like.
You're like, this is a mistake.
This is not college, I'm like, that's not it.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
Well, I feel you, man. It's a lot to do that career or that major for
Yeah.
sure.
And then to get
Instead
where
of,
you after you finish, it's like you better have like a ball of money to get to wherever you need to get to because it's like they're,
it
you gotta
requires capital, man, or just like
after you go to school for everything. Like,
yeah. And they're like, "Can I have a donation?"
yeah,
I'm like,
I
"With
just
what money?"
I just pay for all these classes, after financial aid runs out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
he only
crazy.
gave me 2 years, so I still had to keep going with my own cash.
100%. I heard a joke that was like, college after you graduated is like it's like you fell in love with a hooker,
Yeah.
and you're still trying to pay her. I thought that shit was
Yeah, I
funny.
know for sure. That is it. And she's coming back and haunting you because they always come back and
Come back to haunt you. It never like it's done. We're over.
leave me alone.
Leave me
Take
alone.
it back to the grave where you need to go. If I'm haunting you.
Literally, dude.
So do you go to do you go to the studio? And like,
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, like I have a couple of times. There's a guy that I really dig. His name's Brian, and he does this thing called Anthem Recording. It's his own thing, and it's all in his house. So it's like you go into a room, and then it's like his house, and then it's like surprise. You open the door, and it's like this giant console. He has this big screen, and then he has a wall of amps, which is like heaven to me because I'm like obsessed.
yeah,
And then he has like the keys, and then he has the basses and these vintage guitars, and we just did it all in that room. It was amazing.
that was lit. I know.
It was super dope. And then he played drums on that. So I didn't play drums on that, but he played drums in the next room, and so he would and he did them in like one take too, man. I was just like, you're insane.
How did you meet him?
A buddy. It was like, how did I meet him? He was recommended through somebody. Like a friend of a friend kind of thing. That's just kind of like how it happens, where you're like, hey, I'm looking for this. Can someone help me out?
At least your friend has good taste.
I'm like, thank you.
I trust you.
I do, and like I would do it more often. I think that is like a independent artist myself. It's just like I'm about to get married in like 2 months. Yeah, I'm about to get married.
Woo, are you excited? It looks like you're.
I'm very excited. Yeah, she's an artist. She does. She's an art teacher, and yeah, man. So like, she's the artist to my musician, and we it's cool.
The yin to the yang.
The yin to the yang, my friend. Yeah, and we're like, and we are yin and yang. Like, it's cool. We're both into horror movies, and too much for you.
I do not like the horror movies. I
do
not go to bed at night. I'm scary. I'm like, oh my god.
You hear little bumps throughout your house.
All that kind of shit. Like, you're gonna have to. I'm like, I can't go to bed tonight. This is an all-nighter for real. I'll go to bed.
No. I hear you. I've just seen so many that like I saw The Conjuring, the new one on Sunday, and then I slept like a baby. So
yeah, you guys definitely make a good couple because she's right behind you in that.
Yeah, she's like, oh my god, she's right here. Yeah, I don't know what that says about me that I can just go right to sleep after seeing a horror movie, but
yeah, yeah, I just go right to sleep. Like I have to think it through. I just think it through. Like they are not at your house. They are not at your house.
Yeah, you like gotta rationalize. Like no.
Yeah, I gotta drink so much alcohol to where it just puts me to sleep where I can't even think. 5 shots today.
5 shots. It's like for every ghost you saw or something.
Yeah, no, for real. Go away. Do you write from your personal experience? Like,
hell yeah, absolutely, dude. I mean, like, so it's like a way of working out my own stuff in life. It's I think Marcus said music is therapy. Yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, it's my own way of processing my own emotions.
For sure.
So like there's a song about like I have a breakup song. Well, I have one that's like a breakup song, and the one that's like a friend breakup song. You know what I mean? And sometimes those go deeper.
Yeah, they do, because it's like your friend. Like that's like you're my friend.
You're my friend. Yeah, and they were
like, no, yeah.
Yeah, man, they were my best friend, and it kind of just came out of nowhere, and I was just like, well, damn.
Damn. How long were you guys friends?
Oh, like at least 8 years,
Oh,
something like
shit.
that. Yeah, since college. He was a college buddy. And it was just like, but we did grow apart, in fairness. But it was just kind of the
Still.
reason. Yeah, oh well, it hurt. It was just kind of like, well, okay, I don't know. Like, I think we just had philosophical differences about things, and so, I'm one of those people who likes to be friends with people who are different from them. You know,
Yes.
because it challenges your perspective and you
Right.
learn.
And then you can grow from them and learn something every day. It's beneficial
Yes.
to talk to you.
I don't think he felt the same way.
What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he might have been an Aries too, so there's that. Two Aries button heads,
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
I'm an Aries sun, Taurus moon, and then Libra rising. That's
okay. So what do they all mean? Like, so what does that mean? Like, so like, what's the main thing that you go by though? Like,
oh, it's Aries.
And then the other ones, what do they do? The other.
So this is my limited understanding.
Okay.
It's like your sun is like, that's like the day you were born, the time, it's like your birth month, and like you're born within a certain amount of time. So I think it's like for an Aries, it's like late March to mid-April. Like I'm kind of at the cusp into Taurus season, and so that's like how you see yourself. But your moon is kind of more who you really are.
Oh shit!
I don't know.
I love like the horoscope stuff. So I have to read into that because
it's interesting. And then your rising is how other people see you.
Oh shit! Okay,
I know. It's so multidimensional.
What? Okay, because wait a minute, that is wild. Okay, so
yeah, it's crazy. Because my fiance is a Libra and I'm a Libra rising, so we have that in common. And then she's a Sagittarius rising, and I'm a Aries. I'm just an Aries, and those are both fire signs. So it's like, all that's meant to say is that there's some similarities, but we balance each other out. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is super interesting. But they say it's like important to actually know.
I think it's just kind of fun.
Is it kind of crazy that sometimes it actually is like who you are there, or like your aspect or whatever you're going through?
It like makes me mad how accurate it is. Because I'm like, I'm not supposed to believe in this cockamamie, nonsense, but I'm like, I kind of do a little bit, I guess.
This is me today. This is exactly what I went through today. This is
because like I'm an Aries, but I'm not like, the most in your face Aries you'll ever meet. Like I'm very passionate though. I mean, like the whole thing about Aries is that you're really passionate. You're really, you can get fired up,
Yes.
Like, and for me, I get fired up with the things that I believe in.
So now, are you the Aries that's like kind of, do you think Aries are kind of like competitional in a sense? Like
they're supposed to be. Yeah, I think so. I think that I have competition in a way that I just like, I want to be the best at what I do for me. You know what I mean? And so I can be kind of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And I definitely have a lot of FOMO, like fear of missing out,
Yes.
So,
yes. FOMO, fear of missing out. Oh my gosh. They need to make a short like that, Aries.
FOMO. Yeah, because it's just, we love to have fun, and I love to have fun.
Love to have fun. Hey, y'all can have fun every day, but still get to the business. But it's like, when did you sleep? Like, you're up again. You're going out again.
The secret to that is that we don't.
But you still have so much fucking energy. Like, you just keep going worse than the energy money. But it's like,
I will blame it on the universe, I guess.
Yeah, it's dope. It's dope. And I'm like, I'm going to bed.
What's your sign?
A Virgo.
Cool. Yeah. I love it. Those are some Virgos. I like how, I don't know, like the Virgos that I know, my mom is a Virgo, and then one of my, and like they're very organized. A lot of them are very, I say that, I don't want to like tell you who you are, but it's like a lot of them are very achievement oriented as well. So
yeah, for sure.
I respect the hustle.
Hey, Jay.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I'm probably not organized. Like I know where all my stuff is, but don't nobody know where my stuff is. They're like Victoria. I'm like, I know where it's at though. Give me
Victoria.
5 minutes.
But you know.
Yeah, I'm like, I got it. Okay, so what's one song of yours that means the most to you and why?
Ooh. I would say, lyrically speaking, the one that we were talking about a minute ago about the friend breakup. That one is the first time that I felt like, okay, I'm putting my heart and soul into my lyrics. You know, and it's just about feeling rejected by someone who you're close to and who you care about, and just kind of feeling disillusioned with life and where you're headed, and feeling like um, it's the transition between losing friends and gaining new friends and feeling kind of lost and aimless, and you know what I mean, where it's just like, well,
Did he hear it? Did he get to listen to it? Did he?
that's a good question. That's a very good question. I don't know. He's not on any streaming platforms yet, so probably not. There's I have 3 songs that I haven't recorded yet that I've been playing live, but the ones that everybody else knows are the Sweet Tooth EP, and there's just 3 right now. But I want to go back in the studio because I miss it. I miss it.
So what do? Bring all your instruments to the studio and just set them all up, and then play the guitar, and then run around and go to the keys.
Heck, we just track it. Yeah, so it'll just be like, okay, tell me. So first of all, he'll ask me. Brian will be like, so what's the idea for the song? Give me an inspirational reference track, right? And so one of the songs, it's so funny. I'll do a Weezer song I did for one. I love Weezer, man. They're dorky and they're cheesy, but they're so fun. Rivers Cuomo was a little misogynistic, though. I draw the line with that. I'm like, this is kind of stupid. But the song made sense. I was like, this is what I'm going for. And so I record a rep demo, and then he sets up the structure, and then we just go, okay, let's do guitars today. Okay, let's do drum. Let's do vocals. And then he's doing production in real time, which is cool. So he'll be like, oh, dude, this will sound so cool. And then it usually does.
It usually does.
Yeah. So yeah.
How long does it take you? So you're in the studio and you're like, today we're doing drums today. So
yeah,
you have to run through it how you do in the studio when you're recording. It's cut, run it back. I messed up and hit it,
Absolutely. Oh my God. Yeah. There's so many takes sometimes. And you try to make good use of your studio time because you usually pay by the hour.
For sure.
And so, yeah. And so I remember whenever I went in there, I took 3 days off because he only does 1 to 5 p.m. throughout the week. Yeah, but it's not as intimidating as it sounds. If for me, it's I know, I usually know what I want it to sound like in my head before it comes out, if that makes sense. So I'm trying really hard to just translate that as best I can, and you can only do your best. Right. You know what I mean? It's never gonna
long. You're probably you're so badass now.
You're
so long.
I don't know about that. I think I don't know about that. I think it's sometimes I feel like, oh, that was not at all vocally. I'm still working so hard. You can teach me a lot. Vocals is my weakest, or I wouldn't say it's my weakest. It's more of that's where I don't feel as comfy,
Okay.
Because I was an instrumentalist first. So
yeah.
So you already know.
Yeah, that's me when I was playing the piano. I'm I can hang, but I'm the weakest. But you got to get through it, and I can.
You got to get through it.
Done yet?
I've always said I'm a guitar player who sings and not a singer who plays guitar. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's I go in there and I'm like, okay, I know vocals is always going to be last. And I'm just psyching myself out, do this, Trent.
What's the most craziest memorable show you've ever done?
Dude, oh man, that's a great question. Well, I know a really cool one was. Do you know where? So there's a place called Troy's, and it's at Texas Live in Arlington, and yeah, it was. And so they have a little bar back there, and we were asked to play for the feeder crowd for people going into the Green Day show There was like Green Day, Smashing Pumpkins, and Rancid. In reality, there weren't like. In reality, they actually shut the door. They're like, "We're trying to watch the game," you know. And I was like, "All right, fuck you guys." It was funny,
but just still funny.
I just thought that was really cool. But I think anytime that I'm playing, like we played this weekend. I love this weekend show. We played
this
it
this past weekend or this weekend?
Yeah, we played at Crafts and Growler. And there's nothing like playing a show when a lot of your friends are there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And a lot of my friends were there. I'm sure you've had that, where it's just like you see those people out there and you just feel good because it's like I felt really connected at the time.
Your people are there, so it's like
my people were there. Yeah, super cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you keep your energy up during the back-to-back performances? Like, because we're doing a lot,
dude. Coffee. I'm just kidding. I say that. I don't know. I think, man, that's a really good question. I think you just got to self-care, you know, and try to live a relatively healthy lifestyle, which is kind of a boring answer, but I try really hard to just, I don't know. I'm really motivated to do shows, man. Like I always feel good.
Do you do them often? Like, is it like a weekly thing or it's like a monthly thing?
I try to do 2 a month, which is like every other week.
Yeah, balance.
So yeah, because I have a whole
shows do you do at one time? How many performances do you do like in a show though?
Well, last weekend I did 2. I almost did 3 because I was going to DJ that night as well because someone showed up, but we ended up playing late anyway. So I played with my friend's band that night too. Phil Bima is really great. You should check him out. Yeah, usually it's just like I'll do like hour-long set most because by the end of that, like your vocals are pretty worn out. At least mine are. I don't know. Sure. That's how mine are.
Yeah, it's over with.
Yeah, and then I just try to go as hard as possible. Honestly, I don't know. Just like if I'm around my friends, I will feel energized. I will feel full. I will feel energized. And most of the time, and I love the people I play with in my band, and then I love the people that are in the band community. So that I'm a true extrovert when it comes to that. Like spending time with other people helps me.
How did you meet the band?
That's a very good question. DFW Musicians Wanted, man. That's how I got my drummer, you know.
What did you find the group on Facebook or something?
The Facebook group, yeah.
Okay.
All the most, you know, I met my fiance through Hinge. So
you met your fiance through him or through the group?
Or through Hinge. Sorry, through Hinge, which is like the online.
That's a dating app.
It's a dating app, yes.
No,
and I didn't meet my.
You gotta. Did you write a song about how you use the Hinge app? You need to do the Hinge app. You're getting married. You need
I may or may not be playing a song at the wedding, and she doesn't know about it. And it's about our story, so yeah. Let's go. I still gotta record it.
You gotta send it into Hinge too. They need to give you some type of something because I met her and I'm getting married through y'all. This shit really worked. I need a commercial.
Like, bro, me and Megan's her name is my fiance's name. We always wanted to be like on that little infomercial or something. You know, those little 10-second ones that come up on Instagram. And it was like, my name's Trent and my name's
Yes.
And then
I said you gotta write them and let them know, like we're really getting married from here. It's worth a shot because it's like y'all really are. Like y'all have proof. Like you see where you're at talking.
Oh yeah, but no, we've got it all played out.
That is so fucking cute. Okay, so oh my god, I gotta drift from this for a little bit. Okay, so how did it happen? So like, okay, first off, you're on an app, so it's like, like. Did you were you nervous or you like, this is going to be some bullshit? I'm on an app. Did you have to pay for the app? You know, when the one
I did not. I never pay for dating. No, I don't pay for that shit. Because sometimes I get some diminishing returns.
For real?
You know what I mean? Oh my God. There was one time that I went on someone like we lie in I realized how quickly we lie in our dating app sometimes because it was like, I don't think this is the person that we talked to. I'm not trying to throw shade, but I was just like, I don't understand. I'm just confused. But me and Megan we matched, and because I'm a therapist, I'm a mental health therapist during the week, and she's a teacher, and we started talking about like art and stuff, and she's like, "Oh, that's cool." And so I was just like, "Hey, you want to go out and have some dinner?" And she's like, "Cool." And then later that day, I was like, so what are you doing this weekend? What's going on? And I had been playing. I was super excited for the weekend because I was going to see the Misfits, which is a very big '80s punk band. And Megan was like, "Oh, I'm just hanging out. I'm going to see the Misfits." And I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "This is nuts." I'd never been. I was like, "Okay, well now I'm really excited to meet you." And so when we went into dinner, I opened the door, and I know it's cliche, but she took my breath away, like 100%. What's up? Oh man, yeah, she took my breath away. I was like, okay, I got to take this shit very seriously.
You said I got to take this shit very seriously. So
like, okay, I gotta get
away. So did she ask you out on the date, or like did you ask her out on the date?
Oh no, I asked her out. Okay,
and then y'all went to the place, or the turn on was the fact that she wanted to go. She liked what you liked.
She liked. We had already planned the day, and then she said she was going to that concert. I was like, okay, well now I'm very excited. And then we get there, and I'm like, okay, she's gorgeous. And we sit down and we just start talking, having fun, laughing. And then she mentions an artist named Lou Reed, which is kind of the pre-punk pioneer. And I was like, I've never talked about Lou Reed before on a date. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah, you're like falling in love as you're just going.
I'm like, this is great. We hung out for like 4, 5, 6 hours that night. It was so cool.
Yeah, and it was on after that.
It was on after that. There was no turning back.
Oh yeah, that's super dope. That's super dope. So y'all have known each other for how long?
So we started dating November of 2022. And this is our place. I'm in our place right now. Yeah, we've lived together. Moved in here. I'm sorry?
2 years. Okay. So how long did it take to move in? I'm in all y'all's business. How long?
This is great. I love it. It took about a year of dating.
Okay.
We knew that.
So how long did it take to get off the app? Like after the dating, were y'all off the app, or y'all you were like back to the app until I see what it's like? Make sure you walk it like
we were officially dating by Christmas that year. So our first date was like November 2nd or something, and by Christmas we were an item because I was like, this is someone that I want to commit to. Like I want to be exclusive with this girl. Like she's cool.
She's cool. Yeah. I like that.
And then we moved in December 1st the following year, and yeah. And then I proposed in March of this year.
Okay. Was she lit? She was excited.
We're so excited. Yeah, I have a picture of the proposal actually. This is the moment.
Oh yeah.
I was excited, that's for sure.
Yeah, but that's a good thing. Keep going. I'm proud of your hard work, payoff queen. Thank you. Okay, so before we get out of here, I have a few more questions. So, have you ever had a fan tell you how the music changed their life?
I haven't had that moment yet, and one day if that happens, that would be super cool. I definitely have had people say that they can identify with things though, and be like, oh, like musically speaking, like I remember back at we played at Texas Tea Room, and they were just telling me, they're like, dude, it's like cool because it's like 80s, but it's also like rock and it's also punk, and that was cool because like the music, my vision translated. You know what I mean? For someone to be like, oh my god, I get you, like that meant a lot to me.
Yeah,
so it changed my life, I guess.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to upcoming rock artists that are trying to find their lane?
Oh man, trying to find their lane. I love Rick Rubin. So Rick Rubin, the great producer, from the 80s of like he did like Eminem and Johnny Cash and Slayer. Yeah, he's a shit. He always said, if you put the audience last, if you like what you like, do what you like and put your best effort, and the rest will follow. I say go for what you like and what makes your heart beat. Yeah, that's always been super. Success is such a subjective term, because I think if you fulfill yourself with your art, then you are successful.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so too.
I would just say put the audience last and put your vision first.
For sure, I think so too. So what challenges have you faced being in the rock industry, though?
Dude, I think in any industry, but certainly this one, for whatever reason, working with people can be difficult. I think that there are personality clashes, and bands break up for a reason. And like I would always watch growing up, like VH1, and be like, why are bands breaking up? Like they have such a good thing. It's because I think we as artists are there's a lot higher stakes to our emotional vulnerability, if that makes sense. Like creative clashes happen. And so I would say that, and I think the reality of just booking shows is difficult. Like, sometimes shows get canceled, or sometimes, people have.
Do you require like a deposit sometimes?
I probably should. Mostly I've been doing a lot of DIY in the terms of like, a lot of, the people I play with.
What's DIY mean?
So when I say DIY, sorry, that's more of an ethic kind of thing. Like it's just, or an ethos kind of thing where I'm like, you're going to put on the show no matter what. And it's probably less of a business mindset and more of like a hustle, like to make your vision happen. Right. Like, so I'll do anything it takes to make a show work. Like if I commit, I'm going to commit. But sometimes a venue has an issue, a band member has something come up. And it's just the scheduling conflicts, I would say, is probably number one. You just got to stay committed. And if you want it, you'll get it. You just really have to have a lot of grit to make sure that you see that through. Because if you don't, it's so easy just to be like, oh, it's no big deal. No, it's like, no, like you want to do this, schedule more shows, like put yourself out there.
Right.
And if you do it, you'll get a lot of attention, but you got to make sure that you have a lot of time on your hands in order to make that happen. And so I would say juggling, having a fiance and like, we're planning our wedding and, I have a full-time job and then I'm also doing this. That's a lot. And sometimes I wish that I could put more time into promoting the music part of it. But sometimes it's not always realistic. I have to make some tough choices sometimes.
For sure. So,
yeah.
So what if you could dream collaboration, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh my God. Oh, that is so great. Shit. That's so difficult. I can tell you that, one of my favorite, I can tell you my favorite current collaboration. I love the 1975. I love that band. They're a pop band, and they do a lot of stuff that's like I love pop music. Really, that's kind of at the heart as to how I write. And some people write folk music, some people write, and I write rock music, but it's like pop music delivered through rock,
Facts.
So Alive, that's who I would say, because they're amazing pop writers. I love Carly Rae Jepsen too. It's not always, it's kind of a surprise sometimes when I say that. And as far as writing goes, though, Dad would definitely be Kurt Cobain, like Nirvana. It would be incredible to work with, because they, to me, are real punk, realize where it's like, oh, shoot, they made it popular. And it wasn't like this underground scene anymore. It was, everybody was wearing flannels,
Right.
90s. Everybody had on the glasses. They had the punk. Grunge is just punk, and so Kurt Cobain, man, would be, he is probably my chief songwriting inspiration for sure.
Okay, that's dope. What's always on your playlist that people wouldn't expect from a rock artist?
Oh, I can tell you right now. Charlie XCX, man. I was full brat girl summer, dude. I'm obsessed, but she's pop, man. She's just like real good. I love Charlie. I love, that girly stuff that's like, the Katy Perry and Carly.
Yes.
What? I love it. I'm running, like, my fiance, when we work out together, she's like, bro, your workout playlist is girlier than mine. What's your problem?
yeah, for sure. Like, what?
And but it's just what I like, man. I can't explain it. It's just good music.
For sure. Okay, last question before we get out of here. So, what's your go-to hype song before it's like your performance?
Ooh, I don't know why the first song that came to mind was "Break Stuff" by Limp Bizkit, but
oh, that's a good one.
I think that's fun. Hell yeah. What about you? What's your hype song?
Oh, I don't know. I like the We Ready. There's a new song that's called Eat, 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 Eat. Because every time I'm finna go, I'm gonna eat. Because you know,
You're
it's
going to
gotta have
eat.
someone. Yeah, it's gotta have some money involved for me, unless I just
Yeah,
really like it. But like my time is money, so it's like if I'm doing
absolutely.
it, it's like I'm still getting paid because it's something that I love. But don't waste my time. Don't waste
But don't waste your
my time. Don't waste my time. I'm trying to eat, eat. We too old not to
I
eat.
like it's your ethos, man.
Yeah. Yes, for sure, for sure. And I do sales for a living, so it's like everything is you can make a sale.
I
Like I'm like,
see.
you need anything? I got like 10 different things I can offer you. You're not going to tell me, no, give me 15 minutes. Let me tell you, you didn't know you need help with that? Okay, let me show you. You call me. As a matter of fact, I'll call you 24 hours. Okay, 7 o'clock. Perfect. Okay, don't forget I'm Victoria. Okay, I'm just going to text you right now. Just text me back just so I know you got my number. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, don't forget to call me. I'm
This
so
is
annoying. You're not going to have a choice but to talk to me. He's like, okay, what do you want?
They're like, I will monetize this.
Yes, I'm gonna help you. Okay, I just want to get some money in your pocket. So, but I do Medicare, so for the elders.
Oh, shut up. That's so cool.
Yeah, I have my Medicare license. I saw Medicare insurance and life insurance.
Oh
And then
my
I'm a
God.
notary and stuff like that. But that's like my
Oh,
main.
that's so cool, dude. I
Yeah.
worked for Aetna for a little while and
Oh,
helped
for
with,
sure.
yeah,
I'm
and it
contracted with
helps with
them.
the Medicaid side of things. So it's cool that you're like the mental health side of things. So it's
Yeah, that's
yeah,
dope. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, so we're
real
finna go
top.
into our season. Oh my God, blackout season
Oh yeah.
AEP.
Say
Just
what?
or AEP for Edna. You know when Edna they have their Medicare season where like we black out, like we have to work our little behinds off for those 8 weeks.
100%, dude.
Yeah, it's time to go get it in. It's like
It's
I feel
time
like
to
I'm
go
on a
hustle.
football team. They're here, eat, eat,
Eat,
eat,
eat,
eat.
eat, eat. There it is. There it is.
All right. So if somebody wanted to book you or somebody wanted to see like any performances you have, how could
Yeah.
they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so they can follow me on TikTok or Instagram. Instagram probably is best, and that's at sugarcoat_DTX. So sugarcoat_Dallas, effectively.
All
And that
right.
has my link tree. They can DM me. And then they can look at all the music. You know, go to Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, all those things.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much. It was
Yeah,
definitely a pleasure. It was definitely fun.
yeah.
It's fun.
It
I
was a
veered off
cool.
a couple of times because I was like, wait a minute, you what? We got to talk about it real quick.
We gotta talk. We gotta talk offline about the Medicaid stuff, man.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure. For sure. For sure.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks
Well,
for
you have
having
a
me, Queen Bee. You're awesome.
huh? You're right. Yeah, yeah. And don't forget to like where's the wedding at? Around here, the reception. Are y'all doing a sang event? Are you doing a sang event?
I need to follow up with that. I haven't yet, but it's with the wedding involvement that has been kind of difficult. But I definitely want to. I know with the wine therapist, we've been trying to set that up for sure.
Well, when you do invite me so I can come.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
You were on my guest list. Hell
for sure. Because I definitely gotta check
yeah!
it out. All right. Well, have a good night. Congratulations again on the
Oh,
marriage. Shout
thanks,
out to
Queen Bee.
Hinge because the dating app actually worked for him.
We deleted the app.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
You too. Go eat.
Yeah.
Later, bro. See you.
All right, you guys. He was super, super dope. Yes, yes, yes. Energy was through the roof. All right, you guys. Now, don't forget, if you need a notary, I'm her. If you need any weight loss products, and they're all natural. So, you know what I'm saying? If you stop doing them, it's okay. You'll still look good. Okay. So, like, if you need any help, let me know. Detoxing is good. And once again, it is natural. All right. If you need anybody to help you set up like your business plans or like opening up an LLC or S Corp or a C Corp, I'm your girl. You know, tax season's coming up. I got you. If you need a flyer, call me. A notary. Hello. A flyer, a logo, a business card. You better hit my line. Okay. Now, look, speaking of somebody else that does like everything that I do, the next guest, oh my gosh. I'm talking about when I made the flyer, I had to play it again. Like, is this him? Like, it just was amazing. It's like he should have been famous a long time ago. I'm telling you, like his talent is like, oh my God. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. But I want to know like how long he's been doing music. How long did it take? Did he get discouraged? Does he train? Does he practice? He has to train and he has to practice. You know, they say practice is the key, consistency is key. And he was very consistent, I'm telling you. Welcome, Ray Pulowski, to the stage. Hi, Ray. How are
Thank
you?
you. I'm better now that I'm here. How are you doing?
Good. And you?
Yeah, amazing.
Okay, so Ray, tell everybody where you're from.
Well, I'm from Georgetown, Texas.
Okay.
That's a little north of Austin.
Yeah. Okay. Deal. And so, how long have you been doing music?
It's been in my blood all my life.
Yeah.
Professionally, I would say since 2019, and I don't have the capacity to do that math right now.
No, you're okay. You're okay. So, is it jazz? That we call it the genre? Would you
Uh,
say, or is it class? What is it? Is it?
I don't know. Like y'all tell me. Especially outside of the artist stuff, I find myself performing in like a piano bar setting, like an all request. So I really
Me
just
too.
know a little bit of everything.
Me too. That's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, is it jazz? But then I'm listening. And I'm like, well, we could go into the classical kind of to an extent. You could even roll into. I could see you like if somebody sung some opera being in there too. I think I was like, it's just incredible. It's like a little bit of everything. I
Nice.
love it. How long
I'm
have you
glad
been
you get
playing?
it.
Yeah, yes. How long have you okay, so what did you start with first? The vocal or the instruments?
The instruments. So I was I have a degree, bachelor's in jazz performance on the piano, and I did not actually even sing or write songs until the pandemic. Kind of stemmed out of necessity because I wanted to still play the piano for a job during the pandemic, but a lot of these people needed you to sing, so I learned to sing just one or two songs at a time, and that's kind of how the vocal started. But definitely piano first.
So did you teach yourself how to sing or did you like go to voice class?
YouTube taught me how to sing. YouTube is the most valuable commodity to learn anything.
Yeah. Okay. So how did you know what to put in the system? You know what I'm saying? Like they got so many different, things that you can. How do you know what voice teacher or what to like? I mean, was it because you had a background in piano, so you already had an idea?
That would be more accurate. I knew what to look for, and the
Yeah.
guy that I settled on, it's a YouTuber. He makes all his money doing this for sure. His name is Ken Tamplin, and he's got incredible, especially male vocal techniques on YouTube. But I kind of knew how to study. College taught me how to learn, which sounds stupid, but it's really
No,
true.
for real. Jazz band is wild, all the way up and didn't sing a song. Did you have to perform in the jazz band?
Oh
Did you
yeah,
do any of the performances?
oh yeah. That was really fulfilling to me. I spent a lot of time playing jazz, and still I try and play as much as I can. But
Knew
I
you
would
play
do
jazz.
big
You can
bands,
tell
I
by
do
the
small combos, little cocktail gigs, duo vocalists, or right now my main job is as a solo pianist.
And how do you book you book yourself or do you have like a management team or
As a freelancer, these days I do very little of the booking myself because I have about 4 or 5 agents, and really the truth is about that is booking several venues once a month, and it's like there's a lot of people who are business minded and they're very forward about that. So finding people that are willing to book you 3 to 6 months once a month in advance.
it's so nice. Okay, so the agents, what do you have to do? Pay the agents to get you booked or they get a percentage or how does that work? Or is it like an agency?
Sometimes they get a percentage. Sometimes they don't do anything because that kind of gets worked out at the top. They offer them a price, they offer the business a price, and they don't tell you about that price. So then they offer you a certain amount of money, and you say yes or no. It makes it really easy for
Like
me
the temp
because
agencies. Or do you gotta
exactly,
work?
yeah.
Okay. I like that. Okay. So how did you find them? Like you just were like, on scrolling on the Facebook, you went to Google, like best agency, like or you ran into them, like you just came together, like you're just aligned.
2 ways it came together. One was social media.
Okay.
One of the longest agents I've been using is Cheryl Holsey at Kingpin Entertainment, and I was scrolling
Cheryl.
through Facebook, and she needed a piano
Cheryl.
player, and here we
Really,
are, five
Cheryl?
to six years later, still working together.
Cheryl.
Um, the
I
other
think I
way that
know
you really get an
Cheryl.
agency is word of mouth. So it's been people referring me to these folks.
You're talented. Let me tell you that. Do you charge for everything you do?
Not everything. I will volunteer for an occasion or an instance that I'm passionate about.
So at Christmas time, do you go and like, play for like the nursing homes and like the like at the hospitals and stuff where they have like the piano just sitting out there, like,
Yeah,
people will go and
might
like,
as well.
yeah.
I do all of that I can. I guess the real places I volunteer is I'm really big on local business and small startups and stuff. So if somebody needs something and they're trying to build some hype around their business or around their cause and they don't have the funding, every once in a while I'm keen to do that. That fulfills me.
And like, what is it like? So let's throw an event like so we can market your business and I will perform at it, or like, is that like how it goes?
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm usually in that volunteer scenario. I'm a small piece of a big puzzle. Like this is a good example. Here in Salado, Texas, they just started up their Veterans of Foreign Wars, or VFW, and for their inaugural fundraiser festival, I'd volunteered my time.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Definitely giving back to the community. I like that. So, who are your biggest jazz influencers or
Man,
mentors?
it gets so diverse very quickly. At my core, a Canadian jazz pianist named Oscar Peterson.
Okay.
Just an incredible guy. Chick Corea, who is an American composer. And even more recently, there's a guy, I don't know if you know who it is. Do you know who Robert Glasper is?
Uh-uh.
Robert Glasper is one of the pioneers of fusing jazz, R&B, and hip hop together, like in the same lane as Jay Dilla. And
Okay.
he was like my biggest guy in college. Like once I heard him, I delved right into his music. So that's one of my big ones too.
So, do you feel like
boil down to those three?
do you mimic like him in a sense? Like, have you ever put like your R&B with the rock and the like the jazz all together in one?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It's because of artists like him, or somebody even more of his origin, like Herbie Hancock. That it's kind of interesting that was kind of the first question you asked me. It's all these people that are saying like a genre is like a label and a limitation.
Yeah.
You know, like we all just make music. You know,
facts. And that's what I heard when I listened to your music as I put it on the flyer, because that's when I listened to it because I'm fixing the flyer. So I played it back and I'm just like, I don't even know what to label, because it's like when we started, it's like jazz, but then when you started singing, it was like it's a little different. I'm trying to put it all together because it's not like he just does one thing. It seems like he's adding a couple of different ones into this one piece. So I was like, he has to just do music, is what I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask him. That's why my first question was like, "What do you do?"
I know that was intense.
Yeah, because I was like, I've been pondering on this since I made the flyer. I'm like, I want to know if I'm correct or not. So when you said music, I was like, oh, it's correct. Yep, that's what I said. Cool. Now, what does jazz mean to you personally, though? Like, because that's what you started off with when you started with your instruments.
So, as far as what it means, jazz is one of the great art forms of all time. It stems from African American tribulation, and it grows from that. You know, so like it's extremely spiritual, and an experience like that, and it's an improvisational, off the cuff. You know, like those aspects of jazz, like they live really deep inside of me. Like that's my soul. So that's really what it means to me, is just an appreciation for what I think is the greatest art ever created.
Okay. Who grew up on jazz in your family?
My dad, he's a musician too, so he turned me on to it. Maybe when I was in high school, and it started for me like a purpose of curiosity. I just wanted to know, when I would hear these incredible things, how and why are they doing what they're doing. So it set me on my quest pretty young.
Okay. So before jazz, what were you playing? Like before jazz?
Well, I'm here in Killeen, Texas. I grew up in Holland, Texas. So we were raised in the sticks. So we were all raised like as a part of our culture on classic country. And
shit.
I've got that in my blood. I've got plenty of that, and that's what I was raised
on.
That's
dope. So can you collide the classic country with the the jazz? Is that possible?
I would say it's been done and it's a cultural thing, like via Western swing. So people like Bob Wills, the Oklahoma. And still, where does that come from? It comes from jazz. It comes from the greatest art form, an African American art form. So yes, it's been done, and I try, and I still do it to this day. I still try to.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Okay, so then what's the difference between okay, so we did jazz and then you grew up, you got your degree, what was it, the jazz band. So like what's the difference between just playing like is it just because you're in a band? Because you got your degree in like performing on the jazz, like the jazz band? Like what was the
Yeah. Well,
what's the difference?
as far as it applies to a career, what a jazz degree got me was the knowledge of music, and also a jazz performance degree. Where a performance degree sets us apart
Yeah.
from any other music degree is that you're going to have to practice and you're going to have to perform. So basically, all I want people to gather from my bachelor's in jazz performance is that I spent a lot of years practicing and playing jazz. Um, so what it got me was the facility to play a lot of other music. So um, right out of college, I got a cruise ship gig, and I worked that for almost
Yeah.
5 years. But
Shit.
here, what it boils down to is like, um, like I have the facility to learn any song I need to
It's dope.
because of my degree. That's what
Right.
my training was.
Facts. I forget you talking about. Okay, wait a minute though. So you were on a cruise? You were playing on a cruise for
Yes,
5 years?
I call it. I was a pirate for about 5 years.
Shit. You lived on the cruise?
I did. Yes.
Oh, this is cool. Okay, so wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So right when you graduated, what made you be like, yeah, I mean, I think it's a dope idea. I probably would have did the same, but were you kind of like, I'm fixing to be living on this cruise boat, like on the water, right? It's on the water.
Yeah, on the actual ocean. No, it was really a one of my colleagues actually got me the gig. I was supposed to join the military, and then there were some complications, so he auditioned me. It wasn't part of my plan at all, and it was the most beautiful accident that ever happened. The way that it conspired.
And so you were like the person that was the entertainer, like you did all of like just the music inside of the cruise ship, or how did it go?
Yeah, so I did. I was in the band for maybe about 3 years of that. So I would play anytime you go into the theater on a cruise ship. I was the piano player for that. We'd play in the lounges. Um, the other part of that, the last 2 years or so, I moved to the piano bar. So I was like a lounge pianist. Anytime you go to the piano bar, special occasions, stuff like that.
Oh, that's dope. And then, like, so where did you stay? Like, they had like you had your own room, or was it like all the employees stayed here in these bunk beds?
Yeah, so it just depended on rank. When I was in the band, I shared a room with one roommate, and when I was promoted to piano bar, I got my own room. But this is all below deck. It's not one of your guest rooms or anything. But still,
No,
they
deck.
don't charge you rent. I mean, room and board is comp, so you're staying there for free, and you're traveling the world. Like it was really a beautiful thing.
Oh, because y'all are going different places around the world while you're doing this, and so you can get off the boat. Oh yeah, that's dope. And then
Yeah,
if you're having to live for free, oh fucking right, and you get to keep all your money.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because so when I worked on there, my bill was car insurance, storage, and a phone bill. So less than $100 a month of expenses, and all the salary in your pocket to blow how you see fit.
Yeah, yeah, that's fucking dope. Hey, thank you, love. Yeah, I like
Have you
that.
ever been
Okay,
on a
so
cruise?
no, that's why I was like, no, that's why I was like, I think that would be so cool, and to work on it, like, would be dope. So you got to
Working
eat
on it. If you like to
everything.
travel, yeah, it's great.
You ate everything in that cruise ship, didn't you? You tasted everything.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I could. I
Yeah,
found in 5 years, I did about 48 countries and territories, and met some incredible people along the way for sure. Especially,
because it's all different people coming on the cruise ships.
yeah, they sure are. So you get surprised when you see somebody like, I'm from Texas, I'm from Dallas. But the people I really appreciated were the musicians from across the world.
Yeah.
And you understand, like, maybe they can't afford to make a living in their own country, or perhaps they can show you the best Latin music because they're from South America. So all the stuff that school kind of taught us, like when we went over there and I met some of these musicians, or they would work on the cruise ship, I learned a lot about music. I did.
That's dope. I think that is so freaking cool. Okay, so why, like, after a while, you were like, I just don't want to do this no more?
It boiled down to the rules are a little intense, and it's because of insurance and liability purposes, as they call it, safety. I guess the slang term is ship life. The gig was fine, the traveling was great, the people were great, but things like we would get a notification the night before. You have a mandatory shower head cleaning. You've got to be dressed and out of your room at 7 a.m. Once a week, a drill, restrictions on drinking, especially, and the hierarchy system, like being in the military. You're more or less important than this person based on their rank, essentially. That's all that got to me, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would have got to me too, though. I feel you. Okay, so do you hear the music first in your head, or do you feel it in your hand when you're creating?
Huh. I mean, as everybody might answer, life experiences are kind of the origin. I've been working on a project lately that's based on my experiences going to therapy with a mental health specialist, and like on top of that, and I try and equally serve the music and the lyrics together.
Okay, so what made you a lot of people would go to going to the mental health. It takes a lot for a person to go there and then put this on a paper and give it to the world. You know what I'm saying? It's incredible actually to be able to share your journey and be able to talk about it nakedly without judgment. Like, I don't care what you feel. This is my story and I'm going to share it because I'm naturally healing. I think that's dope. But what motivates you to say that I can put this out or I want to put this out?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's really personal, but you can choose to be like reserved about it or just transparent. And I think that mental health is just like getting your teeth checked, and for a long time it wasn't accepted that way, but it feels better to be able to talk about it,
Thanks. I think so too. I think that's super, super dope. Okay. So can you describe a time when it felt like you were really like in your zone with your instrument?
Man, I would say last time I was in college. As part of our degree plans, we have to do a recital, and part of that recital is you have to prove that you've studied this music, right? So I spent just so many hours and time and money rehearsing this music. So I would say the last time I felt really in touch with my instrument was my senior jazz piano recital at Middle Tennessee State. It was. I did on that performance. I was surprised I got a standing ovation on one of my pieces, which is not something people just throw out, especially in the academia world. But I was just really locked in for that one.
How long do you think you studied? Like, how long did you study for? Like months, like a year? Like, how long did you prepare before you?
Well, the bachelor's takes 4 years. I didn't take any lessons until I got into college. And
what?
Yeah, I was ear trained, which is a better way to be, by the way. But I played by ear, and then my freshman year of college was hell, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, you got to be smart though, because you had to learn the way, like you played by ear. So then you had to learn the soul. You had to learn the music on this paper.
Exactly.
Was it hard?
That was a struggle, but we got there. I'm still not a great reader, but even through college, you learn that
you're good at what you do.
Be great readers. Some people will be great ear players in their career. So just always depending on my ear, realizing that's really more of my training. But I can still read a little.
That's dope though, by ear. I wish I could get like ear. I think that's.
Wait, are you a musician?
Yeah, I sing opera though.
Oh, well, cool. Yeah. That's awesome.
I have my associates in voice performance, but for opera.
What the heck? That's awesome. Yeah. So do you still perform? Sorry, I'm flipping the interview.
No, you're okay. Sometimes I'm getting back into it now. A lot of people didn't know, and then they're like, "Wait a minute, you sing? Oh my gosh!" But it just, like you said, it takes a lot of time. Like once you lock in, like you have got to practice, like consistently. Like you can't just be like, "I'm gonna practice today and I'm gonna practice in 2 weeks." Like you can't do that.
No, you can't do that. No way you can get through it. That's cool. I'm glad you've had that experience.
Yes.
So what's your voice part? Are you an alto or are you soprano?
Alto.
Oh,
They'll go up to a mezzo soprano. Like that's as far as that's my middle range all the way to alto too. But see, when I was in college, he also had me teach the tenor. So I went from the tenor to soprano too.
Oh, cool!
I bet that sounds really good.
That's cool.
Yeah. I've been doing it since I was 13, and I stopped.
Okay. So were you trained, or Did
I
you
was
learn by
trained.
ear?
So I was completely trained. Like I'm talking about picked up on Saturdays to the choir hall, 10 hours, train, Sundays, train. You know, like I literally am like, what am I supposed to do? Like I'm so trained to like now when it's like outside of it and they're like sing a song and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like they told me everything to do. Put the CD in, you're gonna sing, say this word, now you're gonna say it. Now say this word, I'm gonna say it. Like literally like trained me. So for you, that's why I was like, I can imagine how it was when you did it on a college level. It's sick though.
That was a hard year. My first so as a freshman, I was a music education major studying classical piano at a private university, and actually my college professor, Dr. Wallace, just passed away
Oh
about
man.
last week. And but I always cherish her because she had the hard task, you know, like somebody who wasn't trained, somebody who had been playing country music and could not read music. She had to sit me down, and that first year of college was so painful because I had to work my ass off. It just anyway, but
Yes.
I was proud to have her to sit me through that because somebody had to do it, or I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah. Oh, I know it too. I know it's like a whole different level of math with all these
Really, it is.
syllables, you know? It's just like people would never understand. Like it's like this has its own language. And it's very like I take my stuff really seriously. What's your favorite instrument, like out of all the ones you play?
Well, out of the ones I play, obviously the piano. It's a beautiful instrument. It's one of the few visual instruments. Theoretically, you can see everything that's going on, and it's just such a warm and evolved instrument. It's amazing. I would say that an instrument that I don't play that's a slightly bigger favorite would be the guitar.
You trained yourself by ear too?
No, I don't play no guitar,
Oh.
but that's an instrument I love way more than the piano.
Oh, okay. You think you would ever try to play the guitar?
I tried when I was a kid, and um, I smashed my first guitar over like on the floor like a rock star, and then my dad whooped my ass and never bought me a second one. And
Oh
really,
shit.
the piano, that's too heavy to do that with. You can't pick up a
For
piano and
sure.
slam it. So I think that's maybe why I took to it.
Do you play the keyboards? Do you play the keyboard too though?
Yeah, I can do that. I have a little bit of experience with like a B3 synthesizer, stuff like that.
Okay. Deal. So how do you connect your audience with your voice, when your voice is your instrument?
That's a really good question. Um, I would say because you got to realize the context. Like, I guess I'm here as an artist, but my full-time job, I'm a entertainer and a performer. Like I run it up and down the 35, and I play primarily lounge and piano bar gigs. So the way that my voice connects with an audience is something familiar.
Uh-huh.
Like, if I sing their request or I sing something that they know, or the way that my voice connects with the audience is when I talk to them, the banter these days, like, how's your day going? Or, cheers to this or cheers to that.
Yeah,
That would be the way.
For sure. Were you nervous the first time you ever performed? Do you remember the first time you performed?
Yep, I was for sure. First time I officially performed, I played a old country tune with my dad at the Smithville Opry, and the old country tune was "Blanket on the Ground." I must have been about 8 years old, and I had a little practice keyboard in the parking lot because I was so nervous. Like,
Oh
I didn't
my
want to go up on stage and play that at all. So I practiced in the parking lot, and then we went up on stage, and I guess it went pretty well. I probably didn't do a good job, but that's definitely the most nervous I've ever felt, was the first time.
Oh, you were locked in. You had even like a little portable small keyboard. That is so cute. Oh my god. And have you ever messed up on stage and like you had to like, you know, swing in and just put something together, or have you always just like been on point?
I'm almost never on point. I do a really good job not doing a good job these days. The mistakes, some point in college, I don't know. I started just listening to the right people, and like they're telling me like the mistakes, like that's laughter, that's funny. It's part of the experience, part of the art. So, like, don't get hung up on those. So I really don't, and I literally, especially in the piano bar, like Like I thrive off of mistakes these days. Actually, they don't bother me.
So what exactly is the piano bar? Like, what does that mean? They're getting drinks at the bar while you're playing the piano?
Yeah, something like that. But really, the connotation is anytime you go to a piano bar or a piano bar show, you should expect high energy, high entertainment, high banter. You should expect bits. You should expect comedy, and above everything, you should expect to make requests for money. And we play whatever songs you say. Like we're essentially a jukebox.
Oh, wow. That's dope. Okay. So when you were on that ship, you were making money when you got to the bar part.
Yeah, it helps for sure.
Heck yeah.
Especially people on their vacation. You want to serve
Man, that's
people on their
exactly what I was
vacation.
thinking. They want to hear their song.
That's the
Yeah.
easiest people to work for.
Do you hear me? It just rang a bell. I'm like, wait a minute. So yeah. Oh, I would have loved that 2 years. Yes. And with the excitement and everything. Yeah. Oh my God. You lived your life. You got to write a book on those first 5 years. That is dope. Um, okay. So how has jazz shaped your life outside of music?
Man, that's a good question, and it might be a little cliche, but I've found that I have a great ability to improvise in situations outside of the music, and to be comfortable in that space. You know, like something like your rent payment kicking back or getting a flat tire. Like in those situations, I find a lot of poise, and once again goes back to the humor. Like I take a lot of sense of humor in that. Um,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of how it shaped my life outside of it.
That's dope. Yeah. Okay. So you study jazz. So you like, it's crazy. Jazz has its own language.
Oh yeah, it does.
Hmm. Um, so what do you think jazz could teach the world today?
Mm, not enough for sure, especially in our country. Just forgetting that jazz is an American music. Like if you want to be patriotic or sentimental, like about the things that we've created as a country, like that's it. But jazz is it's been dying for well, the rock and roll invasion is what killed jazz. Really, rightfully so, because classic rock and roll is great, but ever since then, jazz has become something of the academia or something to be played in the background.
Yes.
But jazz also functions these days politically, I would say, um, as some sort of belonging there, I guess, or at
Yeah.
least expression
For
has
sure.
been. But anyway, I guess I don't know.
Yeah. I like that though. No, for sure. Now, have you ever faced any challenges as a jazz musician, and how did you push through?
Faced plenty of challenges as a jazz musician. The biggest one being financial well-being and making a living, which is impossible. And the way I pushed through is I learned how to sing, and I learned, you know, how to play requests and play songs. I had to grow out of that artistic jazz brain and get a bit of a business brain for this. And that's been the way I've kind of grown through it.
Because people wanted to hear the words with the piano being played instead of just hearing the piano.
Yeah, that's the start for sure. You know, a lot of people, especially without a musical ear, might still resonate with lyrics. So the takeaway is just, you know, do all you can for your audience.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that makes sense. Were you nervous the first time you sung? I know, like when you got the instrument, like the first time, because singing's a little different, and you're playing the instrument at the same time. Like you just started singing, like you put it together fast.
I was so nervous the first time. The way that I kind of exposed my voice was very slowly through trusted friends,
Okay,
and they all told me I was pretty good. And like, you
you
know,
are.
and it's like I don't know, like they're just my friends. So that very first time, I was at my residency at Dead Fish Grill in Belton, Texas, overlooking the lake. I had a gig there, and they'd been used to piano music, and just for one, I just put a microphone up to my mouth and I sung one song, and I was so nervous, and I looked around, and nobody was bothered. It wasn't like a standing ovation, everybody's in tears. It was like, okay, well, actually people didn't mind this, and
Right.
that took away the nerves immediately. But that first time was really tough.
Okay, that's good. Look, I was so cool that you had the, the courage to be like, I'm gonna do this. That takes a lot of courage, And I'm
Yeah,
playing
so
this
I guess
instrument
you know
too.
too, right?
Yeah, I
Tell me
know.
about some of your early performances.
Some of my early. Okay, so I did the national anthem, for the
Oh,
whole pep rally. Like I'm talking about the whole pep rally. Like all the like ninth through 12th grade. They were all in the thing, and you can't hear so I didn't have like
yeah,
a
so
thing in my
Jim.
ear. Yeah, and I'm just singing like a cappella, like you can barely hear yourself because everybody's so loud. So it was good, but I ended up getting off key when I sung the high note. And so whenever I finished, everybody was like, you did really good, but on that high part, you just sounded like Whitney Houston on crack. But everything
Oh
else,
no, but she sounded good on crack.
that's what I said. And I was like, it's okay. But
Hell
thank
yeah,
you.
you did.
Like, it's okay, but thank you. But it's so many people in here. So for me to even get that, they say my highlight was just on that high part. Yeah, I got. But what was the rest of the song like? Oh, okay, great. Okay, cool. But I knew that I got off. But it's like, you can't even hear yourself. Like I needed an earplug or I needed something so I could be able to. I can't hear myself. Everybody's
That was an
screaming.
unfair first try.
Yeah.
Especially national anthem. Like, say what you will. Damn it, you were up to bat. Like that's awesome. Like for your first performance, the national
Yeah.
anthem.
Yeah. I was so nervous, and I kind of got picked on at school when I was young. So whenever I started singing, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go show them. I'm going to show all the kids that I'm just kind of cool, So, and then I said the national anthem, and so I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of cool now. I might have sounded like I was on crack on that high part, but I'm kind of cool now. I got it through. So what's some advice you would give to young musicians that want to, get into that jazz, or they just want to get into that performance lifestyle?
Yeah, I have a lot of it actually, but I'll condense. At the core, any young musician out there, you should learn to play whatever you want to play, because there will be plenty of people that tell you you need to learn your scales or you need to learn this or that, but really, just like whatever you want to play, because at the origin of progress, especially in my case, was curiosity. So whatever you can be curious and baffled by, so stick to that. The other thing too is realize if you want to do this for a living one day, there's a lot on the business side they don't tell you that you're going to figure out for yourself. So just don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. And that's the advice I have for the young.
And like you gotta really be consistent. Like it can be really difficult in some ways, because it's like you can be consistent for so long, and it's like the trick is like you feel like I got it, like what I'm saying, I'm practicing like I'm really good, and then it's like you're like I can take a break, and it's like a month later you go back to it, or even 3 weeks you go back to it, and it's like, oh, I'm not as good as I was before. Like it's something that you have to continue to be like consistent. Like it's something like that you brush your teeth. Like I have to do this every day. And I think that that's the biggest part. The people that are so amazing, they're so great. Like they practice and they put in that time. They feed their instrument, whether it's a voice, whether it's the piano, like whatever, they feed it every day. They water it every day. Like you're supposed to water your plants and stuff. But it's
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, but it's just so time consuming. It's like, it's 11 o'clock at night. I've done everything and I want to go to bed, and I have to sing a song right now. Like I'm going to bed. Yeah. But dedicated are like, I don't care. Like I'm going to get up and I'm going to sleep less, and I don't care if I'm sleepy tomorrow. I'm going to play this instrument. And so it's like, I love that's you. That's you. Like I'm gonna play this instrument. Me is I'm going to bed. I have to work on it. But I love
going to bed is so good though. I love going to bed.
Oh my god, me too. Because I work, I think it's because of my everyday job. I do sales, so I do Medicare sales. So I talk on the phone all day, 8 hours a day, but it's just different calls, same script. But I'm getting this person to like listen to me, and I'm trying. They're 65 and older, so it's not bad, but they're not easy talking like you. They're like, well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. You're calling my phone. Like, ma'am, I'm just trying to help you real quick. Let me tell you how I can put some money back in your pockets. Give me like 5 minutes. You got to calm them down and then, explain to them. And then by you finish talking to me on the phone with them for 2 hours, and, they love you to death. And then it's like, okay, click, got to do it again. And then it's like, click, got to do it again.
Do you find that you ever get socially exhausted?
Yes.
Like a lot? Yeah, I saw your facial expression.
the other day I like literally put my phone on because once you get off of work, then I go into the Queen V mode and I have everybody in the inbox and you got to still talk to everybody. And my biggest thing is like I don't want people to think like, oh, she thinks she's this, she can't. I want to respond and talk to everybody, because I remember I was that person that I feel like nobody even like knew my name, and then it'd be like, wow, she's so cool, and like she won't even like my post back, and I don't want people to feel like that. Like everybody's cool, everybody's dope in their own way, but they just need to own who they are. Like fuck the world. And once you own who you are, that light's gonna come out. And like what your purpose is and your alignment is just gonna like shine through you. And the law of attraction is gonna start forming. And your life's gonna come together like a puzzle. But the hardest challenge is being you, because we want to be like everybody that's like, oh my God, she's so cool, I want her body. And like, oh my God, she has the good hair that just flips and my hair doesn't do that. I want that kind of hair. But it's like we're individually aligned differently on purpose. Because if we all come together and we bring all our different talents to the table, we can all be really successful, because we're all different. Like I can learn from you, you can learn from me, I can learn from you, you can learn from you. And it's like we can all bring some money to the table. But nobody wants to be like that. It's so hard to find those people. But that's like when my brand is be you. Because for me, if I was me when I was younger, it wouldn't have taken me longer to get to my purpose, which is like, giving back, healing, talking to people, letting them know it's okay to be different. Because I got, bullied when I was young, And my mom, they used to take lunch from school, and my mom would come home and she'd be like, it's okay, I'll make 2. Like, no, Mom, you can make 2 sandwiches.
No, that doesn't solve it.
No, like, what am I supposed to do? And she's like, well, you don't fight. Like, you don't fight. You just tell the principal. I'm like, no, you don't tell the principal, Mom. Like, what else do you do? She's like, tell the principal and I'll make sure I'm at your bus stop. Like, that's so embarrassing. But be at the bus stop. Be at the bus stop.
That's such a beautiful, empowering message. I love that.
Thank you.
That's part of my music too, is just embracing the originality. Like, and that means the flaws too, right?
Because that's the growth. That's the growth, the flaws. Because if we don't know, it's not like you get on Facebook or you get on things and it's teaching you, like, when you made the mistake yesterday of whatever it was, this is the way you fix it. Like, the only way you know is if you go through life lessons and you have your third eye open, making sure you're paying attention. That's up to you as a person, but you're going to learn. And so I hate my mistakes, but I learn my mistakes, because it's like, okay, cool. So I'm ready to elevate to the next level because I learned from this. What's next? And like, that's what it's about. But only the strong survive, because some of these lessons, it'd be like, Lord, Jesus. God, you're
beautiful message. I hope people hear that from you. It seems like that's your whole vibe, though. That's the message you tend to spread.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely me. So what's a fun song you like to play?
Something I'm obsessed with is Lovely Day by Bill Withers. It's
got Lovely Day. That's my song. Yes.
I play that every chance I get to play that song. It's the perfect song.
Yes, that is my song. Didn't they do the remix with Whitney Houston?
Oh, really? I haven't heard that one, I guess.
You haven't?
Well, Glasper heard that. I mean, I know Whitney Houston, but I haven't heard that version of it.
Oh my gosh, yes. My daddy used to play it when I was young. I gotta send it to you. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah,
I want to hear yours too. You gotta send me yours too when you play it. I want to hear yours too. Oh yeah, because yours is rock. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay,
it's a totally different vibe for sure.
Yes, you gotta send it to me for sure. Okay. If your instrument could talk, what would it say about you?
Oh, that's a good question. Wow, that's deep. It would say a lot of good things, but me and my instrument spend a lot of time together, so it would probably speak to how amazingly committed our relationship is. And my instrument would probably say, please don't pour as much beer down me as you do. But I think my instrument would say, I like your ideas and I appreciate being a part of them.
Mm-hmm. Do you have like celebrations on like every year, and like since you picked up the guitar, the piano, like your yearly celebrations, like this is my 40th year playing the piano, like this is my
I wish I did, kind of, but I have no idea. Even when somebody will ask me, how long have you been playing the piano? I just don't know, because I started just when I was a kid, when I was curious, So I have no annual celebration of that.
That you just hopped in it and like nobody, your dad played, huh?
Not very well. But my dad's a musician. He's a steel guitar player, recording engineer, producer.
Oh, that's wild. And he's the guitar player, and you don't know how to play the guitar.
Yeah. I wish I could have played that for him, but the piano ended up being a really good. Because as a kid, you don't think like what instrument can make the most money. You don't think that way.
No, not at
But
all.
luckily, coincidentally, the piano is a great instrument to play.
Yeah, it's so beautiful how your hands. Hey, you think you're gonna end up like, do your fingers hurt? Like, do you do finger exercises? 'Cause that's a lot.
I used to. I mean, there's plenty of the ones they taught us in college, like the hand and exercises. But I do stretch, and something I'm very intentional about is making sure that when I'm not playing, that I do take some time, especially in these days, to not use my hands at all. Like
Yes.
most people, I bet you know this too, right? You're behind a computer and you're answering calls all day. Like your hands need an actual rest, which means you don't need to be on your phone. You need to sit with your hands and do nothing. So I'm very intentional about that.
How did you know that? You studied that, or did you learn that in school when you were in college?
I learned it the hard way in college. I started getting not carpal tunnel, but I would just get really sore, painful wrists in college, and that's where because it got to the point where it's like, well, I'm expected to do all these things. I'm expected to play all these songs and practice, but I'm in physical pain, so I had to research and learn a lot about making sure that my hands are idle. You know, so because nowadays I've been doing it for years now. Like it doesn't matter how much I play, my hands are never in pain. My wrists. Thank you.
That is dope. That is dope. So you think you play the piano for the rest of your life?
I could, because I've got good technique, and that's part of the foundation Dr. Elizabeth Wallace gave me that first year of college. I didn't have that at all. I don't think that I would have lasted this long without some sort of carpal tunnel or some sort of chronic pain without her.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to speak on without saying it, because I didn't want to say it like I don't want to speak, but I was like, what's the goal? What is the goal? So like, what do you want to be? Like, you want to like teach piano eventually? Do you teach piano?
I teach 2 students a week because I love them. But as far as teaching as a career or profession, I hate it. It just doesn't pay very well. It's not appreciated enough. I would say that my ultimate goal is I want to make a living playing my own music. That's really what I'm after.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay. And is it when you just play by ear with your piano? So you just get on there. What do you just get on the piano and just start moving your fingers around? And then like, how do you remember what you're playing to say this is what you're going to pad the words to? This is so wild.
I think that all the time. I question it. It's like I know so many lyrics and songs. I estimate that I know, especially around 1,000 cover songs just by memory. Like that's just always in my head, and I think it's out of practice. Like I've practiced remembering chords and I've practiced remembering words, and since I do it all the time now, it's like it's no issue to me. But that blows my mind too. I don't know. I literally don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of like because usually you have a piano book, but then you told me you play by ear, so it's like you don't have a piano book. So it's like, how do you remember that you put the words down, and then do you write the words down?
That would be a really reinforcing technique, but I guess for the stuff that I write, it comes from within and its origin. So like it starts there, so I always remember it. But as far as remembering lyrics, it goes back to that piano bar thing. And that thing about flaws and imperfection. Like I don't have to do a good job. I could forget the words, forget a chord or two, and
it's crazy.
It doesn't matter in that entertainment context. It really doesn't.
Cool. Yeah, it's crazy, and you're still making all this money. Yeah, that's crazy. I would have loved to see you on this cruise thing, like just playing at the piano bar. I want to see what it looked like. That is so freaking dope. You don't meet a lot of people that say that, like if it's like it is, it's like maybe they just like did it 1 or 2 times, but 5 years is insane. Like you live there, you traveled, like you tried so many different foods. I know it.
Yeah. I would say my favorite experience about traveling was the alcohol. And it sounds like I'm just getting boozed up, but I've had some really good beer. I've had some really good wine in my time. Some whiskey, some scotch from the origins, and that was kind of my travel journey.
Could you buy it and take it? Could you leave it? You could buy it from there and put it in your thing too, right? Wherever you're at.
Well, it goes back to the rules. Sometimes there are some very strict rules on that, but So that's why you go ashore and you try it all. In Ireland you have a Guinness, and you have some Irish whiskey. In Scotland you have Scotch. In Spain you have wine, Bordeaux. I've had some Bordeaux wine in Bordeaux. It's like that was part of my journey. I did
Did
a
you
lot of
work
eating
every
too.
day?
Yeah, that's part of the gig for most cruise lines is you're going to work every day, but you're going to sign a 6-month contract and you're going to work 3 hours a day every day. Like it's not going to be a big
Oh,
workload.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
3
super chill.
hours.
Easiest job I've ever had, to be honest.
Fuck. How old were you when you were doing this? When you got in this? This is dope. You were young still, right?
Yeah, I
Like
just
super young.
graduated, so I was about 21, and then I
Oh
did it
shit!
till.
Perfect way to be 21, jumping in.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's so hell yeah. Birthdays were lit. I know it. Your birthdays were lit.
You're away 6 months a year, so you're not home with your family, which sucks. So whatever holiday you get sentimental. I've spent many Christmases and Thanksgivings on ship, but the crew members that they're all in the same boat, so we just come together. So especially a birthday that the crew is going to take care of you.
Damn, I didn't think about the fact that you couldn't come. I didn't think about that part. 6 months you couldn't come home.
Yeah, I was gone. I was out to sea an average of 11 months a year.
Shit, how did the relationships go? You had to have a boat girlfriend.
Well, I never got one officially, but boat relationships are very short term and very meaningless. It's just a different culture. Especially, there's a lot of people that have a wife and kids or a husband and kids at home that are cheating on them the entirety that they're out there, and like we're just expected to not give a shit about it and be like, oh, it's just ship life, It's very ship dating is very dirty and evil. It really is, but it's a lot of fun.
That is crazy. I gotta go on a ship. I gotta see what it looks like. This is what I'm gonna be thinking about you when I go in there. Like, this is what you was talking about at the bar. Like, this is wild. Did you take pictures and everything? You got like all your memories and everything? You gotta send me some pictures.
Yeah, I got plenty.
Yes.
I've always made a point. You know who made me do it was my mom. I've never been a big photo guy.
Shout out to the mom,
But then
because
my
I wouldn't
mom's
be able
like,
to
you got to
see.
take a picture of everything. Like, I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes, you have to. When's your birthday? What's your sign?
I'm a Leo, August 17th, so I just had it.
Oh, okay. Happy late birthday. Yeah,
Thank
Leo.
you.
Yeah, you get down to business. Yeah, you ain't playing no games. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any show rituals? So like you're about to, perform. It's a big day. Like, what do you do? Like meditate, eat a whole bunch of food.
That's a good one. I'm not that serious about it because the nature of my
For
job
really?
is a piano bar, so it's not very serious. But something I will say that on a show day, I always hydrate. I always have at least 2 liters of water before I perform, and I won't compromise on that because hydration is key. I try and get enough rest. Like really, it's really lame, but on a show day, I try and take care of my body.
So if drinking too, you got to start early, because if not, you're going to be like, excuse me, I got to go in the restroom.
Exactly. Especially in the nature of that, it's like drinking is part of the job. Essentially, I'm a beer salesman sometimes. So I'll get people out there. I'll be talking to them and having a good time. They're buying me beers and they're buying more than they would have drank. And the bar's happy. We're happy. But just having that bladder to be able to hang.
Do you get tips like for the selling the beers, or is this like goes on with the contract?
No, it's great. Like I want them to make that money so that they like me and have me back. So even most of the time, the bar will get a percentage of my tip. So like I'll just give that to them because.
Okay, now this is on the ship.
I told you I'm
this
passionate about small business. So if I go into a little dive bar or something and like we can all have a good night and that bartender can make more tips than they expected, that's good for me.
Okay, so then when do you get paid? You get paid because they booked you, and then you're like, just keep my tips. Is that how that works?
Yep, they pay me a rate, tips, and usually some sort of comp. It might be food or bev. I would say average between $25 or $50 comp, somewhere in there. It just depends.
So who made these rules? You did on your contract, or this is how it operates?
It's more their standard. Like I said, I work through agents, so that's what makes it easy for me. Is at the end of the day, they offer me something and I say yes or no. But
you're allowed to have 5 different ones, though. Isn't it like what is it? Like it's like you have 5 different ones, and you're only supposed to have like. It's okay that you have 5 different ones. Are they all friends? Like you all work together as a team?
No, but it's just especially the music industry in Texas. Like there's a lot of work to do here, And of all these 5 people, they're all in a certain category of what it is. Like, I've got an agent, and he books me in these ritzy nightclubs in Dallas. And I've got an agent who will book me every dive bar in the Central Texas area. And I've got an agent that books just special occasions, or an agent that books
That's
just jazz. You know, like everybody
yeah.
has their niche. So they just call
Okay.
me when they need me, basically.
That's the Leo in you. That's the Leo. Y'all be having everything freaking organized. My favorite ex-boyfriend is a Leo.
Your favorite ex-boyfriend.
Yeah. So how did you find these agents though? You just found them?
It was either Facebook was one of the big ones I found was on Facebook.
That's what you should
Yeah,
have
maybe 2 of them at this point. But word of mouth is the biggest thing. Just always you get it. Just always be on your game and be a good person, and you never know who's going to be asking for somebody. So if you're just always your best self, like, people will recommend you, and that goes a lot further because, and especially a digital world that gets so disorienting sometimes and overwhelming, just how much stuff is out there. But it's like word of mouth, like however saying got me here. You know, it's like y'all have some sort of personal connection, right?
Yeah.
But realistically, you could have sifted through a couple hundred people applying to be on your podcast.
For sure. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, dope. I like that. Okay, so what do you want your fans to gain, like, from your music as they listen to it?
Well, okay. Stimulation of some sort, you know. I try and have something for everybody, like, and it's not for the sake of it. So there might be somebody who really needs to hear the words that I'm singing, or there might be somebody who's a jazz guy and they've been missing a lot of musical fulfillment. They can hear the elements of their favorite jazz musicians in there. But that's I guess that would be it. Is I just want there to be something for everybody.
For sure. Okay. And before we get out of here, tell me, what is some advice that you have for somebody that's like trying to get into that jazz, world, but they like the R&B as well. They kind of like the rock. How do they like entwine it? Where can they find shows at? How do they pursue this career? Because it's looking a little bit.
That's tough. I mean, career-wise, I would say just diversify. Go do all of it separately. And at the core of it, it's like what I mentioned, the advice that I have for the younger musicians, but this still applies here. It's just do exactly what you want to do, what fulfills you. If there's ever anything that feels wrong, just stop doing it. And especially in creating your own music, just create the music that you want to create, especially if you're somebody like me who's just delved in so many genres.
I like how you said that, though. You said, like, do each one of them separate. A lot of people wouldn't think like that. It's like, I want to do all of them in one. I do all 3 in one. I want to be different. But it's like, hey, go ahead and break it up and go get money in each category.
Right, exactly.
That's smart. I like that one. Okay, perfect. So, where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I want to be making a living playing my own music. That would be touring, obviously. And that would be it. I would like to be signed to some sort of record deal that serves me. And that's where I see myself in the next 5 years.
Okay, so you don't want to stay independent. You want to jump on board.
It just depends. I mean, I know how record deals work and the commercialism of music. It's just not likely I'll find one, but especially being an independent at that level is tough because that's just a lot of work that you got to do. Like, you got to do your own marketing, your own touring, got to get your own albums, your promotion. Like, yeah, that's great. Like, independent can be a badge of honor, but there's also some people that can help with that if they will let you produce and create the music that you want to create. So that's a big dream, but it's still there in 5 years.
Facts. And you're dope, though. That's the thing. You have the talent and you're very consistent. I was like, oh my gosh. And I love your picture, by the way, with the piano.
Yeah, thanks.
This is nice. He has it all together for sure. All right. Well, so if somebody wanted to book you, someone wanted to, find your music, where could they find you at?
Well, just anywhere that you're on social media. That could be Instagram, Facebook, streaming platforms. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, and just all of them, YouTube, wherever. Like, just Google me and you'll find me. And just please get in touch with me because I'd love to have a conversation with you.
All right, you heard him yourself. He's super dope. You guys definitely check him out. And thank you, Ray, so much for tonight. It was definitely dope. I had a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Likewise. You're cool.
Thank you. And thank you. Oh, hey, when you go to sing, are you performing soon? Aren't you performing soon with him?
I did it a couple weeks ago, but there's more on the horizon. We're already excited about the momentum.
Deal, because I need an invite so I can come see it in person.
Heck yeah.
Deal. And then we can get a selfie in too.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Okay, well.
I've been trying not to call you Your Majesty, but is that how you'd like to be addressed? Your Majesty?
No, it's okay. You can just, no, you can just call me V.
All right. Thank you, V.
You're welcome. All right. Well, you have a wonderful night and be safe. And don't forget to send me the songs. Okay.
Oh, I got you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, you guys. He was super dope. They both were super dope. I'm like, I was actually tuned in. I'm messing up on the script, trying to put my own ish in because I'm like, well, I got some questions. Did you hear him? He said he was on the boat. He worked on the boat for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Doing music on the piano, just 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, and no rent. I said, wait a minute, run that back again. Now what? At 21 years old. He was living a life. I thought I was living a life. He was living a life. Anyways, y'all, speaking of living the life, don't forget that we have to live ours for the rest of the week until we get the turn up because we have goals that we got to beat. Okay? Seriously. Like that too. All right, you guys. Well, I'm Queen V. Meet me in 2 more weeks, okay? 7 to 8, no, 8 to 10, 8 to 9, 8 to 10, 8 to 10 p.m. Okay, it's up. You see, I'm trying to go to sleep. Oh, and then on the 28th, me and Rick from K104, we have our podcast. Watch your mouth. We are going to be airing our first show on the 28th at 7 p.m. So definitely tune in. Okay. So let's try this again. Okay. So I'll see you in 2 weeks. Okay. From 8 to 10 p.m. Okay. It's up and it's stuck. Don't forget to grab your one cup. All right. I'm going to go eat something. See you later.